What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Fist to Asses You Can't Pin Me Wrestling Fan Show. I'm your boy, the Mighty Mighty Zach Man, joined by
The executioner, the excellence of execution. Yeah.
and massive, the massive of all planets.
All right, y'all. We're gonna look at the road to WrestleMania. Since WrestleMania 28 is this Sunday, we figure we give the fans our opinion on the overall show, all the matches, and then basically talk about the road to the main event, the past couple of Raws, the past couple of twists and turns, and the overall stories and promos of the wrestlers. And then, like I say, in the show with our predictions on the matches, or at least how we think they should or may turn out. So, what you fellas think about Raw yesterday? If you were a young kid or just a wrestling fan and watched that last show, did it make you feel like, oh yes, I need to watch, I need to pay for WrestleMania this coming Sunday?
I would say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that too. They build up and they hype kind of was all off on this one. I said this one before and also said off, recording also on other previous ones, videos that we did. I just didn't think they did the build up right to everything. I think they just relied on the Cena and Rock, which I think they could have still did that much better. I'll get into that later on, but I don't think the build ups was good to none of their matches leading into WrestleMania. Honestly, real quick, my bad. One of the most kind of build-up matches they really do have, and it's sad, is the Teddy Long team match, like basically a Raw versus SmackDown. That got more buzz than some other matches. You know what I'm saying? Because they include a bunch of wrestlers, but it's still done badly though.
Yeah.
I think this WrestleMania just was like, it feels like if like WWE forgot and remembered that WrestleMania was gonna happen maybe 3 weeks after Royal Rumble, and then they woke up and decided to start getting the ball rolling.
Right.
But I think they had a couple, like the last 3 weeks. I think if you would have took one of those Raws
Mm-hmm.
and put it, on last night, basically, for this week's Raw, the build up, the last Raw to WrestleMania, I think any of them could have been better than this one.
Yeah.
I think this one, it was just like with the Rock and the Cena thing, was like repeating basically everything that they already said.
I think that was the worst
and
one.
one quick go.
Yeah, I think that was the worst one out of all their setups. And same thing with CM Punk and Jericho. I think that was one of their worst ones too.
Yeah. What's up with that? I mean, I get it, I guess, but at the same time, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
what's up?
I don't know.
It's that rush thing. It's that rush thing. There was no build up to this. Like, it's like, all right, you talked about, like, was that supposed to be getting in CM Punk's head?
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. I see that as something that, put it like this. At the next pay-per-view, I could still see Cena. I said Cena. CM Punk and Jericho fighting.
Yeah, I definitely still see that.
Out of anybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, I see it as
that's
a one-time thing. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with the Kane and Randy Orton and all that stuff. But I think these dudes I think they're gonna fight again because they didn't have no build up. I mean, obviously, I think in the last 2 weeks, maybe more. You could correct me or not. Jericho wasn't even in the arena.
Yeah.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? He pulled off for Dwayne Johnson when Dwayne was actually at the arena for what you want to call it, but he was still there. And now Jericho was the one not there. Like if he was doing something else,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like they didn't have a good build up. For, like I said, Dwayne, I think they could have did a better wrestling type of build-up for him. The same way they could have did a better one for Chris Jericho. Because CM Punk is a champ, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at least he still wrestled and whatever you want to call, he still do matches. All of a sudden, Jericho just wasn't even part of nothing.
Right.
Just trying to dig up dirt or something like that, which I understand that's how Jericho do it, but the way they did it still seems rushed and everything like that,
Yeah.
But Daniel Bryan and Sheamus actually had good build-up. Thing is that a lot of people don't care for SmackDown.
Right.
But if you actually watch SmackDown, and Cody Rhodes and Big Show had good build-up.
No, yeah, they had actually good build-up.
Like with the whole, the whole pulling the Big Show thing last night. That was actually, I think, the best build-up out of all of them. And not because I'm a Cody Rhodes, fanboy.
You a fanboy of Cody Rhodes, but it's all good. It's like this. to me about that match, like, I'm not really going to go into it, but I hope that match lives up to the build-ups. I hope some of these matches live up to, to some of they hype type, I don't,
Hands down, the worst build-up, I have to say, Randy Orton and Kane.
Yeah,
without doubt.
Yeah,
I think so.
I mean, honestly, if you look at everything as a well-rounded, like the pay-per-view, if you want to look at all of it, and leading into the pay-per-view, they definitely for those two dudes, for Randy Orton, like Randy Orton is basically, right. I put him, to me personally, like carrying the organization under Cena. Some people probably put in CM Punk because he's more money. He's probably more popular now, or whatever. So he might, regardless. Even if you put him third, it doesn't freaking matter. Like, he's still one of the boys that holds that company up. You know what I'm saying? So for him to fight, Kane and no build up or nothing like that, I think that's kind of like poo-pooing him, if you want to call it like that. Like, I don't know what's down with that, but. They did that with everybody.
Yeah.
They did that with everybody. I mean, I think The Rock and Dwayne. The Rock and Dwayne. You hear me? I'm sounding like him. The Rock and Cena. I think those two shit. They could have. They had a couple of good, verses with each other in the last couple of weeks. But I still think they could have did it a little bit more better. I know they didn't want, them touching each other. So they want
but
to
it's
see
The Rock and Cena. Their build-up was that alone. The Rock and Cena. That's build-up.
Right.
Yeah, and it was a year ago.
Oh, let me just add one more thing to that. Big Show and Cody. This is my whole thing about it being rushed. Yesterday, Cody Rhodes actually said, and I will still, retain my title. So it's like, so it's a title match now.
Right.
Or was that a slip-up? Because they never said.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I said it should be. You know what I mean? Like, when Cody Rhodes was fighting all these other guys like Orton, I said the belt should be on the line. The Intercontinental title is the belt that gets you. It's supposed to be the belt that gets you in the. Yeah, it's like you have your run with that, and after that, you're basically on your way for a world title. You know what I mean?
Nowadays, honestly, back in the days, that's how it was. The Shawn Michaels, the Bret Harts, all those dudes, owned that title and repped it like it was the world champ before they became the world champ. Now it's 50-50. That you either it'd be the same. You rep it like the way Cody is doing it, and he'll go to the next level, and that'd be the end of the story. He'll be playing with the big boys, or you just go downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in between anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just hold that belt and you just don't never. That's it. That'll become your heavyweight champion. They'll demote you down for a while. They'll build you back up again later down in the future. But the only thing you're gonna get is an intercontinental, title shot or something like that. Which back then you never really got. If you was on fire like that, you never got demoted back down like that.
But I've noticed that it seems like all the matches that's going on in this pay-per-view, it seems like the title has no point to any of them. The whole Jericho CM Punk build up feel like it's just them beefing or whatever, personal beef. And even Big Show and Cody, it's kind of like personal beef. It's not, hey, I got the title, you want a title, you want to beat me and take my title. Like, the title don't even have any importance, which is just weird for a wrestling show,
Yeah.
And like we know the main event is Rock versus Cena, and there's,
I was about to say
there's no
that's
title,
the main event.
and there's no title at all. Which was funny because a year ago, I was thinking that somehow Cena's gonna get the belt again, and he'll be the champion facing Rock in the pay-per-view.
That's what he said, though. He said that a year ago.
And so I assumed that as well, and to find out now they're just them beefing. It's like the whole this WrestleMania is just beef. It's not championship, competition. It's just beef.
Exactly.
And it's funny you say that now because that's the thing. It makes it look the CM Punk and Jericho match. It makes it look like that could have been the actual competition when it was the whole best in the world thing.
Yeah.
And then they dropped that and just started going into your sister's a crackhead, your father is an alkie, your mother's a whore.
Yeah.
Like,
because that's the build-up I was talking about. Like, these last couple of weeks, Jericho could have had a wrestling match and fought some dude and skilled them out. You know what I'm saying? Bring back the old Chris Jericho. And then CM Punk will have a match and try to outdo that match he did with against him. And they all try to one up each other but never really faced each other. You feel what I'm saying? And get that build-up to the point is like, yo, in WrestleMania, I'm going to school you, you know? They never did nothing like that. Like, out wrestled the other guy.
Right.
So at that time, you actually would have been seeing some real wrestling on WWE, which sometimes I think is a no-no or whatever. But And another thing, I also like. I know a lot of people that like CM Punk. They swear he could wrestle and all that stuff, which is all fine and dandy though. But you only could do what you only could do what you best at, or whatever, as he want to call it. Every time you see him actually wrestle, it's always against Daniel Bryan, and it's always looking like a slow motion match.
Yeah, I'm saying.
When you see him do wrestling moves, you know what I'm saying. You never see him do fast paced, those same moves, but more fast paced with Jericho. That's why I want to see how. I'm curious to see that match too, to see like who can he balance that out? Because Chris Jericho, at the end of the day, he is one of the best though.
Right. I'll be honest with you, before we move on to the actual event itself. And it's going to sound crazy to fans who are listening, but this WrestleMania, it feels like a bad WCW pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah. It feels, WCW back in the day when they were doing real well, they had their 1 month was that big event that was real good. The next month was that add-on when they made up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had Halloween Havoc, and then you had the one that go to Sturgis or some bull crap or something. Yes, you had Super Brawl, then you had Sold Out. It feels like one of those.
Yeah.
Basically, you're saying it feels like a old WWE, like WWF in your house.
In your house type of thing.
Like those were good sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. For WrestleMania, it don't sound like WrestleMania. We sound like we just talking about another pay-per-view,
and not even a big one.
Yeah, not even a big one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sounds like we're talking about a boring TNA pay-per-view.
Yeah. Listen, exactly. This to me, it's crazy, but to me, it sounds like Survivor Series. To me, sound like it had more buzz than this.
Right.
When the Rock and Cena teamed up at Madison Square Garden, you know what I'm saying?
This is WrestleMania. Going into it, it feels like it's going to be hands down the works WrestleMania. Like that's just the way I feel. Like.
I mean, it's gonna be like that.
There's potential to have good matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it got more
potential. It feels like nothing's gonna live up to the hype.
Right.
Well, I mean, you got a couple of matches. You got 3 matches, which is all the big boy matches. The Rock and the Cena and the Undertaker and Triple H. Those matches is kind of hard to the Rock and Cena, you know what I'm saying?
That's going to be a lot of showboating, you know what I mean? Pandering to the crowd, hitting their spots and trying to put, I hit you with this, I hit you with that.
That shit is whack. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's nice, but it shouldn't be only that.
Right.
That should be the first 2 seconds.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then it should turn into a classic Rock versus Stone Cold type match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
After 5 minutes, that match better be on some whole other shit. You know what I'm saying? And the Undertaker and Triple H is like, this is like their 3rd or 4th time. And let's be real. And at WrestleMania, not the only time they fought either. I don't know how much more things they could do
surprise us
now. So you know what I'm saying? Not unless they're trying to risk their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, nobody's gonna get thrown off the top. From the side of the cage. Nobody's gonna get thrown through it and hit the ring. Mm-hmm. It's like these guys aren't gonna do that.
Right.
Yeah.
If they do it, then I mean.
If they do it, man,
I'll forever say this WrestleMania was awesome for the simple fact that these dudes, well over 40, you know what I mean,
mm-hmm.
actually, fell 15 feet.
But this is the thing.
Deaths.
I can see, the only thing I can really see about that, like we had called it before, if this is Undertaker's last match, supposedly, or Triple H's, who knows, or both, I can actually see them do a couple of crazy things just because it goes, you know what? I know deep in my heart that I will never be able to do this ever again. And if they really go into that match feeling like that and do that, with the juices is flowing in the ring, and you get that rejuvenation type of juice when you're in there, you can see some crazy stuff that you probably.
Like I told you, I think Shawn Michaels is gonna screw Triple H. Triple H will look like he's gonna win. But Shawn Michaels gonna screw him, and then they're gonna build up for Shawn Michaels to fight him next year.
I hope that second part you just said, I hope that shit don't even dare exist. Fight him at WrestleMania next year.
Hey, before we go into that, let's go ahead and start at the beginning of WrestleMania. At least the matches we know. Yeah. And this is the worst one out the way. And it's basically making no sense to me because it goes back to what I was saying, what I said earlier. We were talking amongst ourselves, how this don't feel like it's about the belts. It's about just personal beef, whatever. You got the female tag team match. And it's not even, is there even a female tag team championship currently in WWE?
No.
So basically you got Kelly and a girl named Maria joined together.
Maria Menounos from Extra.
Okay. Fight. Oh, that's where she's from. Okay, so it's one of those kind of matches then, right?
She was there. She was there at WrestleMania a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is like them having old girl from Jersey Shore last year on the thing, huh?
Yeah, exactly. This is not going to be a real match.
Okay.
So you just X that out of any shape or form of entertainment.
Okay.
Exactly.
So it's them two going against Divas champion Beth Phoenix and Eve. Now, why Beth Phoenix and her girl Natalia not working together anymore? What's up with that?
You know, I
Natalia's too busy getting done dirty, literally farting in her drawers.
Oh man.
What they
So
what
and then Beth Phoenix was on her whole thing. Nobody could beat me. Nobody could beat me. They completely dropped that. This is the whole Rush thing.
Yeah.
And then they put in this. They put on this match. Why? Because Karma, aka Awesome Kong, supposedly is not going to come back, even though she was just at the Royal Rumble.
Right.
And they never gave Trish Stratus the call, like Trish Stratus said on the radio show.
Oh, okay.
To fight her. So
this is what I'm saying. And just because it's WrestleMania, don't think that they're gonna give these girls any more airtime than what they get on Raw.
Right.
Look, all right. On Raw, they usually get the 45 to a minute.
About a minute in the ring.
Right.
I give them because it's WrestleMania, and counting as a tag match.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them 4 minutes.
You give them 4 minutes. I go with the same thing, but I'm gonna count in total. I'm talking about entrance and all, and that's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? They might drag it out a little bit, but I mean, the whole point is when you have a non-wrestler in. I mean, honestly, I think there's
no footage to do a promo before the match,
right? And I
mean,
think
they weren't on extra, but it was 2 seconds. Like,
2 seconds.
Don't touch me.
That shit is
don't
not
touch me.
Right.
The only real wrestler, the only female wrestler
that.
that's there is freaking the one who got the belt. And this is what I'm saying. Like, if she really, this goes to all the divas that's there though. But if they really just into WWE for wrestling and competition, it's not the place for them.
Right.
If they want to be recognized and get that money and be all over the world, doing different things.
Be a pin-up type thing, magazine girl.
Yeah, be a pin-up, making magazines.
And that's
if
most
you
of them.
That, and that's most of them, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if let's say you have someone that really wants to wrestle and want to, because the competition, they're in the wrong place because they ain't gonna never get that there. You know what I'm saying?
So this match is basically just a complete waste of time. I mean, I guess if you like these certain girls, you can at least get entertainment while watching them.
Yeah, eye candy. That's
I hope they got new outfits. I hope they got new outfits at least.
They'll have that. They'll have that.
Right. All right.
If there's one thing WWE could spend on, is making things flashy.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. All right. So our next match was probably one of the, I guess, starting getting the better matches. I guess if you can say that. We're going with Randy Orton versus Kane. Now, we know this whole beef just came out of nowhere. It's basically Randy Orton, we don't have nothing for you. And we need to have you in WrestleMania because you are one of our big stars. But we don't have anything that we can legitimately put you in to showcase your skill and who you are. So we're going to just throw you against Kane, who's now the big red machine again, but he's getting whooped. I mean, has he beaten anybody?
Well, listen, he's not the big red machine according to him. In order for me to make the full transition, I have to beat Randy Orton. That was his thing this week.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, they have no build-up. It's just everything is happening as soon as possible, just like Cody Rhodes with the Intercontinental title thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Kane said that. Like, in order for me to complete the transition, I have to destroy you.
That's pretty bad.
So in other words, he ain't gonna never be a big red machine again.
Basically,
but and then they use a shitty excuse for them wrestling. It was just because I know a lot of people don't watch SmackDown, and it was so short it goes over their heads. Like you after a match you beat me, Randy, and I shook your hand, out of respect. That was me being weak, and all of a sudden that's why he became this Kane again. And I say, if that was the case, why did you go after Cena before going after Randy Orton?
Right.
And what happened to the whole rise above hate? You gotta take the hate and all that bullshit. Well, they doing what they doing.
Wow.
They went twisting. They went twisting turns on every match. That's what I'm saying. On every match, like that.
Nobody can sit with a straight face and tell me that this WrestleMania was planned. Only thing planned was The Rock versus Cena. and maybe the Undertaker shit.
But even that went twists and turns on storylines. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we'll get to that later, though. We'll get to that one later. My opinion on the Kane and on Randy Orton is like, for real. Like, damn, I don't know. It's kind of hard to put into words. It's just like, you a franchise boy. I'm not knocking Kane. Kane to me is like Mark Henry. I like Mark Henry. He's one of my best wrestlers I like on WWE. But he's a worker. Like, he just be there for over many years. It's not being about the belts and stuff like that. It's about business. What I gotta do. To just make other people better and things like that. And it's like, yeah, but Randy Orton fighting at WrestleMania. Like, damn, Randy ain't got nothing better. You know what I'm saying? You're just fighting a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? Kane ain't Kane of 10 years ago or more. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The whole organization is different, so it's never gonna allow him to be Kane of the old. You know what I'm saying? Let's do the fire match and all that stuff. That's not gonna happen. So it's like, I don't know. I think they should have did way better with Randy Orton. If they should have did a way better thing. But like I said, everything looked like it seems to be really rushed last second. They just throw something out real quick.
You know what the problem with Randy is? When you make what's his name, fake Kurt Angle,
Jack Swagger,
when you drop him down like 8 levels from being a world title dude, when you don't put Ziggler up where he belongs, and I'm not even mentioning Cody, since Cody actually got a match with some good build up. So when you do that, it's like who does he have to wrestle when Cena's busy, Jericho's busy? You know what I mean? And it's like, I just find it weird. It's like they threw Randy Orton on SmackDown, and it's almost like they forgot about him. It's like, we got to put you on the back burner, because if we actually let you loose, you're gonna get that belt instantly. And then Cena is the same thing. We got him going against The Rock, so he's not thinking about the belt. I guess they just. I mean, they basically didn't have nothing, but they said we gotta have Randy Orton at WrestleMania,
right?
And they remembered that 3 weeks ago, and they decided to do this.
At the same time, what we doing is, are we picking out our predicting winners right now, or are we gonna do it?
Well, let's go ahead now. What do you think?
All right, for real quick, I'm just gonna take a real quick step back. The Diva match, obviously, the celebrity one is gonna win that,
right?
You know what I'm saying, on the Divas match.
I don't think so.
I think they are. You know what I'm saying?
I think Beth Phoenix is gonna win.
She should win,
right?
But
she should.
But this is WWE, so
I know.
I think this is just, because technically Beth Phoenix don't gotta lose. You feel what I'm saying? It's a tag match, so that's what I'm saying. It ain't like her shoulder's gonna get pinned,
right?
Don't be surprised Karma comes out and puts everybody.
That'd be all right. And
I won't have a problem with Beth Phoenix is standing, and they maybe do a stare down, which would be ridiculess at WrestleMania.
Right?
Yeah, the stare down is no good. She had that.
But they might do that, and it's like, now we know who Beth Phoenix is gonna fight, something like that.
But I don't have a problem if they do something.
I can see that happening if Beth Phoenix loses. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like Karma comes out, and maybe the Maria Menounos, they paid enough to get one of the Karma bombs, which would be funny. That would actually make it pretty good if they actually
put some hurdles. Yeah. And
then on the Kane and on Randy, I just think Randy gonna win.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see Kane. Well, I don't see no point. And even if you make Kane win, it's for what?
Yeah, because it's like, you're really gonna make a rivalry out of these two.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? He's not in Randy's league right now, so I don't see it happening. I mean, obviously, look at it. He RKO'd him a couple of times already, like letting him know, like, come on, dog.
Right.
Same thing's gonna happen to you again.
So next we have this one big mess of a match. I mean, it's just so ridiculous, because it's all the leftover crap, pretty much. I don't want to call on that, but that's what it feels like. It's all leftover crap put together in a nice little ball and a nice little basket full of trash type thing. But you got Team Teddy and Team Johnny. I guess the team that wins gives the general manager the rights to control both properties or whatever. I don't know. I don't see them not having. I'm not seeing them getting rid of one guy and have two guys have the same guy on two shows. I'm not seeing that happening. And so, but either way, those two teams going head to head, 6-man tag team looks like. I don't remember the roster really. I know that Team Teddy is like Booker T now, Kofi Kingston.
Santino's they captain.
Santino. What's the other?
Atunga?
No, Team Teddy.
No.
Team Teddy.
Team Teddy.
The other brother, you know, what's
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
brother?
this is-
Him.
Yeah,
Truth.
Our truth.
Our truth. And then that tall dude, the Great Khali, right?
I'll leave the bum.
Okay. And then on Team Laurinaitis, you have
You got
his
Big Mark Henry.
His captain. Who's his captain?
His captain is his boy.
Yeah, Otunga, yeah.
All right, Otunga.
You got who else is up on there?
Yeah,
it was
Mark
Christian,
Henry.
but he got replaced.
Right.
With that,
The Miz. The Miz is on there.
The Miz is on there. That Randy Orton lookalike guy.
Oh yeah, that Richards dude, whatever.
One on SmackDown.
The one who got fired, he sucked, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon apprentice at one time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Which is that's why I said this is another prodigy right here of a match is being rushed. Like all right.
He was supposed to be fired.
Yeah.
He's a bum. But anyway, the thing all right, check out the Miz. People got people that really probably don't give a shit about that dude or whatever.
Drew
But,
McIntyre. There you go.
Drew McIntyre, there you go his name. As for the Miz, to me it's like this. Check this out. Look how far you fallen.
Yeah.
You was at WrestleMania last year with the fighting for the heavyweight title against John Cena, and that's when The Rock came and did the rock bottom for a little payback, and you won that match. Regardless if it interference, you beat John Cena at WrestleMania.
Right.
That's down on the paper. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, they just put you in on Monday Night Raw, the Monday before WrestleMania, into a WrestleMania match.
Right.
But his build-up was kind of crazy if you want to look at it. It was spread out here and there, but his build-up was actually trying to get a spot to go to WrestleMania. And but the thing about him though, every time he tried to do something and try to make a name for himself, he was losing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you still getting done dirty. So it's like yo, and at the last minute, it's like yo, they just throw this guy in there. Let's let everybody that we have on the active roster. Let's try to be on participation in this WrestleMania moment, because you said it's a 6-on-6.
Yeah, I think it's 6-on-6.
Something like that. I'm like, that's not even a Survivor Series match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they just went a little bit more than that. And the Booker T, I ain't got no problem adding Booker T. He's one of the best. I don't mind him. So see a bookend or something like that though.
But it's one of those things where it's like, if you gotta go grab somebody out of the audience type thing, man, to fill a roster, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he too old, he can't wrestle, but it's just one of those things. It's kind of like at the Royal Rumble, whatever, when they had Nash show up and stuff like that. It's like you run out of guys to have this. You ain't got a roster to have this stuff.
And you know what's another crazy thing about this WrestleMania? Remember the Money in the Bank match?
Yeah.
Since they took that out and made it its own pay-per-view, you lost out these wrestlers that would have been competing in that.
Right.
The Kofi Kingstons and the Cody Rhodes and people like that would have been into those matches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you don't have that anymore. It's like now you always got to do a fill-up match.
Right.
Which is a match going to be like this every WrestleMania until you come out with more creative stuff, because that to me was a really creative pay-per-view, a match to the pay-per-view. And what happens is people get greedy. Like, yo, man, this match is crazy good. It's always one of the best matches in WrestleMania since it got created.
Right.
Let's make a whole pay-per-view around this now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you win and you got greedy. You see what I'm saying? If you could sacrifice all your talent and they'll go all balls in for one match at WrestleMania, you would definitely have a better match at WrestleMania, for that prestige, paper for the title than a pay-per-view.
Yeah, and speaking of the title, I mean, isn't there a tag team championship pair going on right now? The Epico and Primo, whatever.
The Epico and Primo,
they ain't got no match. I mean, you basically got a 6-man tag team. You take away 2 of those guys, it's a 4-man tag team, and then the 2 of the guys that actually wrestle for the championship. You know what I'm saying?
But there's no division.
There's no division. At the same time, I still think it's not announced, because they do this in every WrestleMania too. You know what I'm saying? They just throw in matches really at the just your warm up matches, and they'll show it.
That's going to be a dark match.
And then I think like they might could throw one of those in if they got to fill up time. They only need, like, if they put one of those matches, like those tag teams versus 2 other people, let's say somebody else, just to fill in 10 minutes, they'll do that, and it'll be early on in the show, not later in the show. That'll be like from the 7 or 8 o'clock hour. They'll do something like that. Like the Bronchosaurus, I still think, to prove or not, I mean, he might get a spot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just because he's all up. If you look at him, they give him that spot. He's like he's in a diva role. He got the 2 minutes to shine. He goes in there, he builds that crowd up, pump it up, put a lost soul in there. He squashes you, and then pump the crowd right back up.
Right.
You know, everybody's be like, "Ha!" You know, all the kids, everybody just having a good time, type of. You know, so I still see them. You know, probably throwing something like that in there though.
All right.
I don't want to see that,
Yeah.
but
So we got this tag team, or this 6-man tag, and basically the winner, controls blah 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 blah. Do anyone even care?
yeah, like I
John
don't.
Laurinaitis is 100% gonna win.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't
You
see
wanna know
Teddy
why?
Long winning
Because
for.
he gets heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all they need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Teddy Long been in WWE since like
Yeah, I'm about to just say
Yeah,
that.
forever, and it's like you forget the
forever.
dude there, and this whole
Yeah.
thing that he's some old pimp G. I don't come on now, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell is any girl gonna try to holler at that dude when it's these 6'5" studs walking around half naked?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no homo. You know what I'm saying? No homo or anything, but real. Some old dude, bald head, and you walk around with Randy Orton's the other dudes walking around half naked. Come on, dude. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can't even sell that. You know what I'm saying? You can't even
Exactly.
sell that. And so, yeah, I totally agree with you, man. Team Johnny's gonna win this, especially because my
Yeah.
boy, he almost there, y'all. He almost there, but David Ortega, he getting
Yeah.
there. He still got to tweak the interest. He still got to tweak a little part of his whole thing. But that fool getting there. That fool can be one of those kind of dudes that who can play that whole "I'm bidding you, I'm a stud,"
Yeah.
role. He can do it. He's got to tweak his stuff a little bit better. But he almost there though.
His role from the beginning to right now is basically he's doing the rookie thing. Like, you're a rookie, you're gonna learn. So he's basically was working on his
Yeah.
charisma. The camera be on him a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because he's always on Johnny. That's his side dude
Right.
right there. So he's really comfortable now. With, being around the ring, doing the entrance and all that. So he works around his little bit wrestling, a little bit, couple of things here and there. And yeah, you'll see him as you'll see him sooner or later as a regular wrestler.
Right. All right. So the next match is we're not sure if it's for the championship or not, but basically it's probably like you said the one match that's being kind of done real well, at least to build up the hype for it, the build up for it. The Cody Rhodes versus the Big Show. You got the Big Show trying to win finally at WrestleMania. He's the anti Undertaker, as they call him, or whatever. So he's trying to win for the first time. And then you got Cody Rhodes, who since he's come back, since he took the mask off, he's now just this. He's on fire, and he's trying to be, as he says, the next Ultimate Warrior, at least when it comes to double championships and everything. And so for him, if this is a championship match, then it's important he win. But if it's not a championship match, it's just something for him to just to build his legacy as being maybe a giant killer or something like that. So what y'all think about this match?
Everything you said is pretty much on point about the whole builder being good. I guess I'll just go straight into my prediction of who's gonna win.
All right.
Damn, I really don't know because if the title is on the line, I think
If the title's on the
Cody should just
line,
keep
it's
it.
automatically exactly. If the title's on the line,
But-
you know who won.
But then at the same time, if I was Big Show, I guess he should keep his Undertaker streak going. Well, his Undertaker in the other direction, and just keep failing.
That's what I'm about to just say. That's my take on the match. My whole take is, if Cody Rhodes, if you seen him when he first came with Hardcore Holly, he was like a string bean. He was zero. On everything. And to see where he's at right now, it's like, honestly, the Big Show. This is why people gotta understand. If the Big Show do what he gotta do, he is one of the best wrestlers that been wrestling for a long time in a standard. Like in a standard to say, he do what he gotta do to help out other wrestlers. And I really think if he takes this L, which he should, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To build up, Cody Rhodes and all that, I think it'll be wonderful. You know what I'm saying? Because if your man could lose to this bum on SmackDown that's the current champion,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You gonna tell me you can't lose to Cody Rhodes?
Right.
And you know him for doing this all your career. The man who drops the ball. You know what I'm saying? All up to WCW. Things like that. And I know it's a bad, messed up, rap that he got. But once he got to WWE, in a way, all these matches he do against these type of guys like this, he in a way kind of like helps these guys out because honestly he will punch you in your face like his super supposedly is and knock you out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he plays along and usually takes the L. Maybe he does a stupid mistake. He gets outsmarted. He's always something like that. So I hope they could pull up a good match though, because I think those two dudes could do some crazy stuff. But at the end of it, I do want Cody Rhodes to win. I just want the Big Show to been doing what he been doing. Like, don't change it now, because the only thing that to me is like the Big Show at the end of WrestleMania. If he wins or lose, will still be the Big Show. He's not gonna go up and he's not gonna go down. But if Cody Rhodes lose, I can see him going down more than going up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If he loses to the Big Show. So I definitely don't want him to see him lose. You know what I'm saying? Keep building him up. And I can see, him going to the next level against the champion that I'll predict later on.
Right. I agree with you. I mean, Cody Rhodes definitely need to win the match. I mean, Big Show, if Big Show or I still like to call him the Giant, WCW Giant. When he's supposed to be when he was the Giant, it was about taking dudes out and being a monster and everything. And when he first came to WWE, when he first started, he was kind of like that same kind of dude. And now he's more, I don't want to say comic relief, but it's one of those I'm not a dangerous big dude type thing, Yeah. And so, if you're gonna lose to Daniel Bryan, these other cats, like in 10 seconds and everything, you could definitely, go ahead and lose to Cody Rhodes, who got potential to be the next big thing.
Exactly. And one more note on that.
How about this? What if Big Show beats him, and this just starts Cody's journey towards the belt?
And that could work, but the thing is,
what if Big Show actually defends that belt and actually is a good Intercontinental champion?
But I prefer the odds of that happening is slim to none. Can he do it? Of course. But the odds of them doing it is slim to none. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Cody Rhodes should at least do at least 90% of the story he want to do, which is going against whoever's going to be the champ with his Intercontinental belt and get a rivalry off that.
Right.
I think because to me it's like, you want to build up stars, here it is. He can't lose at WrestleMania. Come on, like I said, at the end of the day, Big Show, win or lose, it's still the Big Show. You want these guys to be, the next Randy Orton, so they don't always be Randy Orton and John Cena. Randy Orton and John Cena. This is the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cody Rhodes got to get up there. You got to put Cody Rhodes the same way. The other wrestlers got to, other than ones that's ready to jump up, they're not letting do that yet. Cody's already there. He holds down SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? And he's like basically the best villain on there because Randy Orton is not a villain. He do whatever he want. So and like I said, Kane's he's Kane. He ain't nothing special. Cody, he got the charisma and everything. Like even though he only had like 2 minutes yesterday on Raw, and he killed Big Show on his promos. You know what I'm saying? Like week after week, he destroys that dude. So the only thing Big Show could do is give that I'm mad look and his head starts shaking type of shit. Like like we've seen that before.
Right.
So I still think Cody should just win.
So yeah, I agree. Our next match is one of the matches that's kind of almost, I won't say forgettable. It's just that you kind of forget it's actually going to take place. But I guess it has something to do with the guy, well, at least one of the guys in it. But you got the World Heavyweight Champion, Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. I Hide Behind My Girlfriend, and Sheamus, the Great White. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, I mean, I look at this, and if I try to look at this in a realistic way, even though it is sports entertainment, wrestling, everything says that Sheamus should come in and just destroy this dude. And I mean, even if the girl's in the way, she getting kicked too, and he just taking this dude out. Now, will it happen? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because this Daniel Bryan dude, I mean, everybody feeling Sheamus right now, but everybody hate this. I mean, I hate this Daniel Bryan dude. The hate for him is just extreme. And so, are you better off having this guy around to hate a little bit longer, or go ahead and just kill him off and have this guy around you can cheer for? I mean, what's better, being loved or being hated? You know what I'm saying? What sells more?
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, everything is kind of ways. Like, you look at it, to me, it's like there's a no-brainer. I don't care how much cheating you want to do or whatever. You still see Sheamus winning. And I want Sheamus to win, but sometimes in my head, too, I think about it and I go, I don't know if he's going to win. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know, because think about it. Daniel Bryan, what match he won since he got that belt without nothing freaky happening. Without something crazy. He ain't beat nobody fair square ever since he got that title. So, I mean, I don't know. I really don't. He could probably pull it off. I don't want him to though.
I think Sheamus is gonna win.
I wish
but-
Sheamus was more of a badass though. You know, that good Sheamus is getting me a little bit, you know, kind of played out.
WWE has a lot of good guys right now.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I see Sheamus winning, and he might actually give his his super kick to the girl.
Yeah, AJ or whatever.
AJ.
I don't mind her, man. She cool, man.
Man,
that's the only reason she cool. I don't
man,
mind.
I just don't.
I can't stand her.
I can't stand it either. It's one of the things, I guess growing up with wrestling, it's hard for me to believe that females on wrestling, it's hard to believe. I can't believe in the whole, Princess Peach, Princess Zelda for video game reference type females on wrestling shows. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger growing up, Miss Elizabeth was someone I definitely felt Macho Man and Hulk Hogan should have fought for. She seemed like a princess. You know what I'm saying? She's by your she's down for you, by your side, take care of her. I can see why Georgia Animal was still trying to take her away because she was like a wholesome type thing. But when you wrestling females now, it's like how can you be a wholesome girl when you wearing Daisy Dukes? You know what I'm saying? Skin tight, plastic on your body and everything. How can you be wholesome and everything? So it's one of those things where I don't buy it. And so definitely just. Yes,
they just there more as a distraction, like basically her role is what she's been doing now.
Yeah.
Like now she's really, if you notice, really like instead of her like him shoving her in the way or whatever like that, she's really volunteering now.
And that's what I'm saying.
She's really doing her part. Like yo, chill, to distract and get that W now. You know what I'm saying? Like a manager.
And I'm saying, and that's what's taken away. Before when it was like accidental, she was there at the wrong place, wrong time. You kind of feel sorry for her. Now that she knows people ain't gonna do stuff because she's there. Hey, you met the wrong dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kill you in the way. It's nothing more important to me than this belt or this victory. And if I gotta hurt you to get it, you gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I just hope that happens. But this is a match I can't really call myself, man, because even though I would love for Sheamus to win, because I hate Daniel Bryan so much, but at the same time, because I hate for Daniel Bryan is so strong, I can see them going with it a little longer. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and milk it a little longer. Let this will be a champion a couple more months or whatever.
The thing about this match is that the reason I want Sheamus to win, besides I hate Daniel Bryan, but besides that, is this what I'm saying? If Cody Rhodes win, I can see Cody Rhodes versus Sheamus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And get that next rival. Because, I mean, after he beats the Big Show, it's like, yo, me and you, that's it. I humiliate you. I beat you. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Leave it be. Let him go to the next dude. The next dude should be, Sheamus if he wins. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Randy will be right there.
Let Randy be right there, but not, you know what I'm saying? You could the same way they doing something with him now. You just let him play with somebody else.
I don't think WWE could do another month of nothing with Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Cena. Because people can say whatever they want, like, oh yeah, it's cool, it's cute that Daniel Bryan is just champion CM Punk. But yeah, those guys, and I know it hurts people to hear this, they're not World Heavyweight Champion material.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like CM Punk is not a Chris Jericho.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to even CM Punk. But he's not a Chris Jericho, and he's never going to be.
Right.
Because he's not the athlete, he's not even close to being as good as him on the mic.
You know what I'm saying?
So, and that's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's about that time that people are gonna get mad with John Cena's gonna do what he always do, which is take that title.
Right.
And Randy Orton's gonna end up either doing the same thing or being in the rivalry for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even if Cody let's say if Cody gets the belt, I think the first person he's gonna have a rivalry with is gonna be Randy Orton.
Yeah. I can see that, but I think that's alright though. Because they could drag that out. Because it ain't like Cody Rhodes can't beat him.
Right.
It ain't like he didn't beat him already. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to me,
this year they just have to. I always look at WrestleMania as the end of let's say it's a show.
Yeah.
It's the last episode of the season.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the next Monday, it basically should be the start of a new season.
Right.
Yeah.
And hopefully
That's
this
what usually
season,
it is.
it's the the season of the Cody Rhodes and the Dolph Ziglers. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
what I'm
those
saying.
guys,
Like
it's stupid to waste such potential and put
exactly.
them over when they're in their late 30s or something. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
do it
Like
now,
Doug
just so they
Ziggler,
could,
to me, Doug Ziggler is
hold the company up.
one stop away. Doug Ziggler is like one stop away, to me. You know what I'm saying? One wrestling match, one big event of happening for him to be in his own man.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could step his game up, and you and same thing with Cody Rhodes, because to me Cody Rhodes is in a higher level than where Ziggler is at right now. If you could
Yeah,
put him
yeah.
up on that, if you could
They
put him
just
up
got to
on another
remove
level.
Ziggler from the girl, from Vicky.
Right.
Yeah, but by doing that though, do you make him by doing that automatically a baby face if you're gonna do something like that, or you still
You
make him?
could, because you know why you could do that? Because I mean, you could, but then you don't really have to. He could just be that heel. He's the heel
That's what I'm
dude.
saying. You don't have enough heels, and then I don't want him if he leaves, her. Who his rivalry is gonna be? Is it gonna be American Jack Swagger?
It shouldn't
And
be.
and it shouldn't be because Jack Swagger is actually a nobody,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna try to make that a rivalry. It's like, listen, you don't want
Unless
a
he's gonna
rivalry with
beat
a
him up,
buff.
take the U.S. title, and then be where
Yeah,
Cody
it has
Rhodes
to
is
be.
at today.
That's what I'm saying. It gotta be one match and done. Like, I took your gold, I put you down. Get back to the freaking to the line. I'm ahead of the class now. But sometimes the rosters. Sometimes you only could do what the rosters allow you to too.
Right.
That's what happened when you got this split bullshit that they still want to do.
Exactly. All right. So our next match is, I guess, it's the WWE Championship. I guess it's one of the things where it's hard to tell, but it's good old CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. Basically, the best in the world versus what is Chris Jericho, the greatest of all time? What is he?
Well, he's saying he's the best in the world too.
Okay, so it's best in the world match, huh?
Yeah, it's the best of the world match.
Yeah, I mean, I gave my input on this one, how they messed it up on the rivalry. I think every week they should have been out wrestling each other without wrestling each other. Other opponents, and always out schooling somebody. Like, look how I rolled him up.
Right.
Look how I made this guy submit.
Right.
It should have been something like that. Now I went to just personal attacks.
Yeah, to prove the
like
best
that.
of the world, but they dropped the best in the world.
They
thing.
dropped the whole stick. That's what I'm saying.
Once Jericho started getting personal, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm just gonna go into who I think is gonna win.
Me too. I'm going. Yeah.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think CM Punk is gonna win too. I want Jericho to win.
Right.
But I think
I want Jericho to win too, but I think CM Punk's gonna win for the simple fact he has a shirt that's selling like hotcakes that says "Best in the World" on it.
Right. And if he loses,
and if people don't know, that's all that matters in WWE.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
AKA Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, and all.
Yeah. Hey, help me out real quick, y'all, because I could be forgetting exactly who I'm talking about. But like we were talking about, this whole matchup between CM Punk and Chris Jericho, the best in the world, the guys are technical wrestler type thing. This whole presentation, the whole build up, everything, it should have been like, and I could be getting the rivalry wrong, but an old WCW rivalry with the late Chris Benoit, versus, was it Dean Malenko?
No, it was Dean Malenko. Remember the man of 1,000 holds, and then you had the man of 10,000 holds.
Yeah. So who is Dean Malenko versus who?
Jericho.
Jericho. Okay, that was okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It should have been. Yeah, it should have been. Yeah, it should have been like that.
It should have been.
Rivalry was just the same exact way.
Yeah.
When Dean Malenko beat somebody some way, this guy went and he beat somebody else another way.
Right.
And then when they got to they got to fight each other, it was not only in one match because you beat me one way, right? They said you made me tap out with the crossfade. I mean, with the Texas cloverleaf.
Cloverleaf.
Next time you got me in the Texas cloverleaf again, but I found the reversal for that and beat you.
Right.
So now I got to move over you.
Right.
You fought me and you got me, and then we kept going back and forth. They made that rivalry real good. So they had that one set off match.
Right.
And Chris Jericho actually won that rivalry, which became 1,001 moves.
Yeah.
And he had 1,001 on the back of his pants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he actually, that became it. It's like, and that rivalry was over. But it was like, hey, look what he did. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this should have been about.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I thought that's where it was going to go for the simple fact that we saw the return of the actual Lion Tamer and not the Wolves.
Right.
But
they
like I said, they just dropped everything, I think.
Yeah, that might got too real for them right there, though.
Yeah.
It's almost like all right, y'all doing this best in the world thing. That's not enough. We got to add actual, soap opera to it. Like, why couldn't it just be that
Right.
wrestling? I'm the best in the world.
I'm saying.
And that's my whole thing. What goes into the whole CM Punk thing and Mr. Pipe Bomb and all the bullshit you saw over the last year. It's like this guy is more John Cena than John Cena is right now.
Yeah.
Because he would have been like, no, it's going to be about wrestling, right? Because remember, I'm a wrestler.
Right.
But nope, your shit is worse than the Rock.
That was it.
And Cena. Because the Rock is saying you gay and saying mama jokes, and Cena's just saying I'm gonna beat you down. I'm gonna beat you down. That's fine. You know what I mean? That's still more wrestling than actually saying, your sister's a crackhead, your mother's a whore, your father's a alkie.
Yeah.
It's like
That's some school shit or something, man. You know what
that's not even the Rock and Cena shit is some school shit. This is like Days of Our Lives. This is really like
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the romantic scene and I'm waiting for the girl to shoot the guy. You know what I mean? Like
fade to black, the long staring at each other, and they fade to black type thing, which they did last night on Raw. We're going to that at the end, but that was a whole soap opera type vibe. But they definitely messed up the CM Punk because, like you said, it should have been old school WCW when it was good type matches. I mean, this fool's just going at it, just wrestling.
Just wrestling.
But they definitely messed that up.
Can't we just have one wrestling match?
That's what I'm saying. And right now, I don't see any.
That's the thing.
I mean, your one wrestling match is the Undertaker one, but it's like it's overdone. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then, and I guess you could say the Cena one too, because at the end of the day, but it's like the Cody match. That's not really a wrestling match. That's Cody. I'm gonna embarrass you at WrestleMania,
right?
Like like you always get done. So I mean that it's just it's crazy, but. Yeah, so we already said who's going to win these, right?
Right. Yeah. Basically, the man who sells the most T-shirts.
Yeah.
And until Jericho bring out that jacket with the fluorescent lights, he ain't got
for sale for everybody.
He ain't got shot.
Word.
All right, so now it's the what are they calling it? The dying breed, the last of a dying breed match or whatever, or something. Taker, Triple H, special referee Shawn Michaels. One more time to break the streak, to retire, whatever it is they try to do with the Taker, and whatever they try to do overall. This is probably the last time it's going to happen until next year, because they'll find some way to do this again. Man, I don't even know what to say about this match, man, because it came out of nowhere, and after last year, and it just not seeing the Undertaker in so long, you kind of forget he's actually there,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like
this absence is too.
Yeah, and it's like it's one of the things like, well, why should I care about you why should I care about you coming back and wrestling to hold up your streak? You know what I'm saying? Why should I care? And then also because he's going against Triple H for like the 20th time almost. It's like why should I care that this guy might beat you after you already beat him 8 times or whatever? Well, this one time gonna mean something now. So this could have been, and then Shawn Michaels, he comes and goes as he please. It's just. It's almost, for me, it's actually worse than seeing Hulk Hogan on wrestling shows. But at least Hulk Hogan, he'll find some way to be still part of the show, like he's the manager of the thing, or he's doing something. It's something, he still got something where you see him and he's there type thing. And Shawn Michaels, it's like, that fool's just, bored one weekend and drinking or something. Man, let me just go back to wrestling real quick. That's what it feels like, definitely. So, it's for me personally, it's probably the biggest mess of a match at WrestleMania. Just because it's no matter how I look at it, there's no part of this that I actually feel excited about, I actually care about, or do I want to see? Because it's Hell in a Cell, whatever. But we know these 50-year-old men. Well, they ain't that old probably, but still, the old men, they're not gonna do anything to the level we've seen in the past Hell in a Cells. And Taker being gone for a whole year, just come back to this one match. He'll give us a good, match, but it still ain't gonna be his best because he's just an older dude. And same with Triple H. He ain't been wrestling in a while, and Shawn Michaels ain't been wrestling in a while. So you got some old men in there making sure they don't kill themselves, but at the same time, try to put on the show. And so, I mean, I think we mentioned this before in another match, to where this should be somebody else doing this match with Undertaker. If they really want to make him lose, it should be someone else, some young blood to come in to set his, pull the Andre the Giant, pull the Hulk Hogan, pull the passing the torch thing. It should be some young cat coming in getting that. And instead, it's like they haven't found anybody to pass it to yet. And instead, it's going to prolong it a little longer.
Yeah, like to me, I'm one of those fans that like I would like to see the Undertaker stay undefeated, just because like at the end, like when you put him in the Hall of Fame and everything's all said and done, that's what he's gonna be known for.
Right.
He's not gonna be known for like the 2 or 3 times he did carry a heavyweight title.
Right.
He's gonna be known for the streak and the ministry.
Right.
The real hardcore Undertaker fans and wrestling WWE, WWF fans are gonna remember that.
Right.
They're gonna remember the ministry and the streak.
Right.
Yeah, and the purple glove times, I guess.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's the classic.
Yeah.
That's the real classic. He never spoke a word at that time.
Right.
And to me, like, I hope, the streak stays. And I'm pretty much sure the streak stays. So I'm still intrigued to see. Because WWE, every so often, like I said, they don't announce when is your last match or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So you never know, because if Undertaker just says, fuck it, I lose, you know what I'm saying? Then he's going to lose. But I don't know if Triple H probably want to do it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, people are going to be like, you're going to have a lot of people that's going to be pissed off with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Triple H is known for being a guy who buries storylines and buries people. So it'll be like, yeah, Triple H buried Undertaker by taking the streak.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So, like, to me, is like, I hope he still have the streak. I don't know how good of a match they're going to be able to pull off. But having Shawn Michaels there, he's not there for nothing.
No, that's what I'm telling you. That's what my idea. I think it's build up for him and Triple H to fight.
So either way, that's what I'm saying. I hope that don't happen, because let's be real, like those two fighting from a year from now, like I don't want that to be. And
it's been done to death.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't want that to be the routine. Once The Rock and Cena did it all, next year WrestleMania, like get the hell out of here.
You know what I'm saying?
The Rock, I understand. He left for 10 years or whatever, came back still in great shape.
I'm saying,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got some stuff to talk about that when we mentioned that.
They
match.
wouldn't even say it. It would just happen, and Triple H would bitch about it, and Shawn Michaels will be nowhere to be found. Then he'll show up next year, right after the pay-per-view that's after the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. But I do like that. I'm a big Triple H fan. Especially in the classic days. You got the jacket, the jean jacket, the DX, the real DX, and all that stuff. I'm a big Triple H fan. I know a lot of people, hate him for, him sleeping and marrying who he married. It is what it is. Get over it. Like fuck it. I'm going for my prediction is Undertaker. Straight up. Like I said, I still tune into the match. And see what they could pull off. So.
Right.
That's how.
Well, we're entering the final stretch of the show, but we can't go without talking about the match, a year in the making. One of the superstars of the Attitude Era versus basically the man in the current wrestling business, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson versus John Cena. The boot to asses, Team Bring It versus C Nation, Rise Above the Hate.
Yep.
It's been a year, and even though, it don't feel like a year. I tell you that. That's one thing good about it. It don't feel like it's been a year in the making. But that's kind of sad, I guess, because you can't throughout that 12-month span, there's not those moments you really remember. I can think of maybe 2 moments overall. The pay-per-view, the tag team, where they tag team each other, and then basically the WrestleMania where Rock, help the Miz win. But other than that, man, it's been one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I think the whole Sting being gone from WCW for a year, whatever, whole thing, when the NWO took over type thing, that was done way better than this. To finally get that match at Starrcade,
Yeah, way
Sting,
better.
It's done way better. You will give a guy time to relax or whatever, do it like that. This whole thing, man, you got these two guys who's supposed to be, they're icons in wrestling. They're, important pieces to the wrestling business, and they going head to head. And in the end, I would rather watch Hulk Hogan and The Rock wrestle again, their match again. Even though that happened quickly, it just felt like this is important. This is something I need to watch. This thing, man, it's like, what the hell is this?
Exactly.
And I mean, with overall, with the whole, just the whole promo, where it's like one guy doing his his routine, and another guy basically just being like a real dude in a way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like you said, Rock doing mama jokes, talking about pie, talking about this, fruity pebbles and everything. John Cena basically being, I'm gonna beat you, I have to beat you, type thing. And they try ways to bring it to even it out, where Rock is saying this is important to him. He wants to be the guy who said he's beat Hulk Hogan, he's beat Stone Cold, and beat John Cena. I mean, that is something that is, you can kind of look at and say, yeah, that fool done something. But at the same time, they did it so late, it don't have the same, it don't have the same fire it should have. And then, these dudes supposedly beefing. I mean, this is like personal. There's no title. There's no belt in line. This is basically just an all-out fight. Who the baddest dude? Let's go. They ain't touched each other at all since that pay-per-view or whatever. Or that one time, I can't remember exactly when it happened, when Rock, he slammed John Cena and John Cena rolled out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
like pay-per-view.
Nothing happened with that, man. So it's just,
That's like, to me, like last night's on Raw was, to me, should have been their first promo against each other this last month,
right?
Because basically after you cut all between the lines and they all hit their promo shots, everything, it went real, and that's how it should have been. It should have been, man, when I gotta beat you because when you leave, you go to Hollywood, I come back here,
right?
And The Rock is like, I understand, because basically he gave Cena his props in a way by saying, I beat Stone Cold, I beat Hogan. I beat Hogan at WrestleMania. Yeah. Hogan was the best in the 80s and early 90s.
Right.
I beat Stone Cold, the best of the Attitude Era.
Right.
Now, whatever you want to call this wrestling now, you the best of.
Right.
So if I beat you, I'm good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you the best right now. I can still go. I want you. You know what I'm saying? And to take it to the whole other level, when he says, at the end of the day, I know you want to beat me, but I just don't care because I don't like you.
Right.
For no reason. Then that's how you really make it heat up. Because now that's how you take it to a whole other level by saying it's still more than just a match. Because at the end of the day, you don't like me. So regardless, you basically telling me you don't give two shits if you beat me and I become nothing here. When you go over there and start making these damn movies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to give you some knuckle sandwiches then. You know what I'm saying? And set the bar up. And I think that should have been a first promo instead of a last promo, to it. Because if you don't like a dude, supposedly, because it's all a show and everything like that, but if you really don't like a dude that much, and at the end of that promo you in my face, it ain't gonna end like that. You know what I'm saying? So as badass as Dwayne is or whatever, that it shouldn't have ended like that in a way. You know what I'm saying? I know they want to do the face to face, fade to black shit, but they supposed to see each other on Wednesday for this whole big conference. I know they're probably gonna be that close to each other anyway, but you can still have beef right there.
No, they're gonna do the face to face there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
They're not gonna touch each other till they're in that ring. That's supposed to be the hype.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like a boxing fight.
That's what I'm saying. But you can still talk some of that stuff on that platform there, like a boxer.
But the time for talking to me ended like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I'm saying. But the only reason they did this is because at the end of the day, Dwayne was there every Monday for a month though. He didn't wrestle. His total airtime is probably a half an hour, for everything together. But he was there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that to them. That's what they probably think that matters. Like at least he was there, saying stuff in front of him and this and the third. I mean, honestly, The Rock, like he said, you're the best in promotion and on the mic and all that. He went 0-4 in my eyes against John Cena. And I'm not saying it because I'm not bashing The Rock, because The Rock is The Rock, at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But he went 0-4. Like, to me, yesterday, if you want to think about that, the Monday, it was like this. Cena said absolutely what he had to say, and then Rock also. But at the end of the day, Cena still got a bigger point.
Right.
At the end of the day, when The Rock, this is the same thing like I said before with the Big Show. At the end of the day, if The Rock wins or lose, he's still The Rock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cena, yeah, he'll still be Cena and everything, but you won't really be that Cena. You ain't the franchise boy the way people would look at it, because it's like, damn, see, he can't be The Rock, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, but The Rock ain't wrestling no more. And The Rock is not a wrestler. Actually, he's not a wrestler for 10 years. If you don't do something for 10 years, you're not that anymore. You used to do it. You know what I'm saying? Also, so I have a problem with, if they'll try to, set all how they'll set all that up though. But again, I'm interested in watching the match. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how it goes. I know that place is gonna be crazy because to me, it's gonna remind me of the Hogan and the Rock match because that whole place is gonna be booing the crap.
But it wasn't Hogan's
You know what I'm
hometown.
saying?
Nah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They'll be booing the craziness out of John Cena.
Yep.
Everything Cena would do, a touch.
You noticed
a
The Rock
chop.
got booed this Monday, right?
Yeah,
the whole time.
he got boost. He got boost on him. Yeah, I noticed
Yeah,
that.
he's not gonna get really too booed at Miami.
He's not gonna get booed there at all.
You know, but this is what I say. I still see The Rock laying down. You know, at the end of the match.
But the Hogan thing was different because basically you had Rock, who was at that time in his prime, he's the star, he's the stud, and Hogan come in.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, a good guy. Hogan came in as the NWO bad guy.
Yeah, Hollywood,
you know,
exactly.
And he come in, and it's like all of a sudden people cheer for him like he's Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania. It's one of those things where John Cena has never been nothing but John Cena, Cena Nation. You can't see me, dude. So he gonna get what he get, and The Rock is his hometown, so of course he gonna get the love he get because he's there. So like the atmosphere, it'll be similar, but nowhere near the same. Just because the Hogan cheer was so unexpected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was unexpected, but at the same time, this goes to all the Canadians out there. It's a great, huge wrestling town, and they respect what's real. And at that time, Hogan was real.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Those Canadian fans already knew what Dwayne Johnson was about before he was Dwayne Johnson.
Right.
They respect the legends, and they respect what Hogan did, regardless if he was wearing the NWO colors or whatever colors he was going to wear. So that, to me, was the big thing. The biggest thing in that whole match is how it hurt The Rock when you look at it, when he noticed he was getting booed like that.
Yeah.
Like you don't regardless if it bothers you, you're not supposed to show it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You hide that off. Like, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? You Hulk Hogan. It's cool.
Right.
I'm not gonna get offended by it. You Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Which one? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I understand if people boo me if I'm going against Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is.
Right.
So the same way I think Cena looks at it, like, yo, you people booing me, I'm going against The Rock. It's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Rock is a Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not getting mad at that.
Right.
But he's not gonna beat me though.
Right.
Like, he almost pulled off a Goldberg type of line. Like, if Goldberg was to talk more, like, how many people came in my face and talked all this junk and I beat them? You know what I'm saying? And you just another dude that's talking junk that I'm gonna beat you. It was like a Goldberg line, almost like saying the only thing he had to say was you next, dog. It don't matter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you next. You're gonna get put. But yeah, my prediction is gonna be John Cena going with the C Crew. I really don't know how it's gonna really turn out though. I could see Dwayne Johnson winning the match, and I can see Cena winning the match. I really don't know what they're going with right now.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I was going to ask you this. In my opinion, the way they've presented this, there's no way I could see The Rock winning this.
I damn sure don't want him.
There's no way I can see him winning it. So it's one of those things where what's the damn point? If there's not a chance of this actually being a victory that Rock can get out of it, and you go in knowing that basically John Cena's gonna win, what's the damn point? You know what I'm saying? Is that what it feels like? I mean, like I said, with the whole Hogan and Rock thing, how that happened, you went in thinking, The Rock was going to win. He's the good guy. It's Hogan and them coming, the bad guys, WCW guys, whatever. Rock is going to win, and then because the way it turned with the audience, you saw, wait a minute, the crowd's feeling Hogan, and so if they wanted to right there in the match, they could have said, hey. The crowd says Hogan should win this. Let's give it to Hogan. They could have done that. They didn't.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought they was going to do.
They didn't, but they could have done it. With this one here, it's just one of those things where even if you take the whole wrestling, the fans aside, what the outcome, we know the whole.
The fans, the fans are biased.
Let's take that out. Just on the business side, like we mentioned in past shows, there's no way Rock can come in, beat this dude, then leave again for another 2, 4, 5 years, and this fool have any kind of credibility after the fact. He'll still be John Cena, but he won't be John Cena no more. You know what I'm saying? He'd be that dude who can beat all these jobbers in WCWE. But when it's time to face the real wrestlers, the attitude area wrestlers, the real icons of professional wrestling, he gets foot stomped in them and he go about his business. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He the best of the scrubs, but he's still third string when it comes to the varsity team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like no matter what, John Cena's going to win this. There's no way they can let The Rock win it. And as a fan, we already know predetermined outcomes are there, part of wrestling. But it's one of those things where when I could see it a year in advance, there's no way this match is going to turn out any but way than what we already know. It's almost like, what's the damn point? You know? I mean,
see, if The Rock was more, I mean, he's not gonna be committed more to wrestling now. I mean, he's been doing Hollywood for a long time and all that. But if he was committed a little bit more to just wrestling for at least this meantime, and let's say I don't know how many more shows he's gonna do after Raw. I mean, after WrestleMania, which is probably maybe one. You know what I'm saying? If he was there for a couple of more months and give the people a sense that he really was gonna stay there for a little while, but he's not gonna be there all the time, then they'll give him more of an idea, like, yo, he could win. Because you never know if they fight again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he still will be there. But, knowing if this is a one-shot deal.
Right.
I don't know. It's everything points to John Cena in a way if you want to really break everything down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you never know. WWE sometimes every so often throws a curveball. So that's what I'm saying. I'm expecting a curveball somewhere in WrestleMania.
Okay.
And I don't know what match is going to be at, but I'm expecting at least one curveball.
Right.
So let's see. I don't know what match they're gonna do it in, but I expect something like that at least one time.
Okay, so as of right now, we're saying that The Rock is gonna lose to John Cena at WrestleMania 28.
Yeah, I'm going that way.
That's what I think too.
Okay. Well, everybody, there you have it. Our preview show of the WrestleMania 28. Hopefully, you check this out before you actually watch it. No, this coming Sunday. I can't say I'm excited just because the matches themselves just haven't been done to the standards of old school wrestling events. It just don't feel like a WrestleMania. There's some matches that, and I guess if you were playing a wrestling video game, they would seem like good matches. Put guys head to head and watch them fight. It seemed pretty good, but it's the overall presentation, the build up they done, the actual TV shows, Raw and SmackDown. It just hasn't been up to par. And then, like I said, this whole Rock and Cena build up for a whole year, it's not what it should have been. It's not, you should be going in thinking anything can happen, anybody can win, and I can't wait to watch it. And instead, it's like, I'll watch it just to see if they don't do what I think they're gonna do, which is basically let's Cena win somehow, or Cena just beat him. You know what I'm saying? But that's it for the fist to asses. You can't pin me wrestling fan show. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Until next time, y'all, we will have some TNA Impact Wrestling. We haven't covered them like 2 shows. I'm sorry, but it's been real busy and hard to get them in. But
it's been really whack.
Yeah, it's been whack too. To be honest, it's been straight up whack. But we're gonna try to get them in because we do watch TNA Impact Wrestling. But for the show, I'm your boy, the mighty Zach Man.
Yeah, Executioner.
And Massive.
We'll see y'all next time. Take care.
I'm out.
Peace.
Peace.